I left school when I was 12, so I didn't go to middle school or high school, and was able to create a wonderful learning environment for myself despite being outside of the institution.
Did your parents allow you to do that?
They weren't exactly fans of the idea. When I came to my mom and dad when I was in 5th grade and said I didn't want to go to school, they weren't exactly jumping at the opportunity. But my parents believed in me enough to allow me to make my own decisions and said, hey, it's your life, make your own decisions. The worst possible thing that can happen is that you might go back to school one day and school's always going to be there.
What is a proper learning environment?
A learning environment is a space where there aren't teachers, there aren't professors, there are mentors, there are coaches, there are other students who are following similar tracks. There are lots of resources that you can use, but it's up to the individual to take advantage of those resources. An institution is not giving you an education. You're getting an education for yourself.
What happens to the idea that one should attend college in order to get a good job and get a good life?
That is a notion that is put into our brains from a very, very young age. The notion that if you want to be a happy, productive person and contribute to society, that you need to have a college degree. And the fact is now that college isn't actually training individuals with the skills that the job market needs. In the United States, for example, there are about the same number of jobs available as there were in 2008 before the recession hit, but they're taking twice as long to fill because the graduates don't have the training to meet the needs of the job market.
What are the skills that the market is demanding?
The skills that the market wants are things like self-direction, creativity. They want people who are lifelong learners, who are able to adapt and are able to be flexible. Those just aren't things that you learn in a traditional college classroom, or in any school classroom, for that matter. What you learn in a school classroom is how to memorize facts, how to follow directions, how to meet deadlines, and those are really valuable skills, but those are skills that are not very unique. Everyone has them.
Do 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds know what they want in life?
I doubt it, and that's why they usually go to college. But going to college and spending lots of money and investing lots of time when you don't know what to do doesn't actually seem like the best use of that time and money. I think young people could probably figure out what they want to do a lot more quickly if they took the time to actually sit down and think and reflect, maybe do some traveling, try out a bunch of different jobs, so that you don't go through college, major in something, and figure out on day one of being an architect that, being an architect or being a doctor or being a lawyer wasn't actually what I wanted to do.
In some environments, not knowing what one wants, or changing career, or changing desires in academics or whatever, may be taken as failure. Is that failure, and is failure wrong?
I certainly don't think failure is wrong. I think failure is one of the greatest learning processes that we have. Because when you fail at something, you know what not to do the next time. Whereas when you have a success, you have to think back and hypothesize and figure out what it might be that you did right. And you will never know because it went well. There's no control experiment for life.
What do you expect from this experience for you?
I expect that I'm going to have a new perspective on the world. I feel as though while I spent 6 years outside of the classroom during middle school and high school, those were fairly limited years. I didn't do much traveling. I was still living with my parents. I wasn't nearly as independent. And in the last year, I've had the privilege to visit a number of countries. I've had the privilege to interact with lots of different people from many more walks of life, both from higher and lower socioeconomic classes than I myself came from, and have gained a huge diversity of experiences.
Finally, if someone wants to learn more about this, where should he or she go?
If you want to learn more about Uncollege.org and the coming revolution in education, you can visit the website, Uncollege.org, read the blog, and subscribe to our newsletter.